Hello students and welcome back to our Spot That English Error video series. In this 30th video, we've reached 30. So we've went through a lot of errors and we're still going through errors. I keep finding them, especially when I travel, which is natural. You know, when you're traveling to a non-English speaking country, it's bound to happen and there's no shame or no problem with that. But I keep finding these English errors and I keep wanting to go over them with you, whether it's spelling, punctuation, and grammar, or just general, general writing. So we're going to go through this one, which there's some minor errors here on the sign at the beach. So we're talking about beach signs now in English, translated from Spanish. So we're going to talk about the theme here, which is correct spelling and punctuation are critical. So my name is Ben with English from A to Z, and let's get started. So we have here, I'm going to mark it down. Hopefully I remember how to make the changes here. It's always an adventure with preview on my MacBook here. But let's just read it first. We have a notice here, and that's fine. We got a notice, or aviso in Spanish. And it says the beach closet at 3 p.m. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you all pause the video and think about the errors that you see here. There are two errors, one spelling, one punctuation. I don't want to give it away, but take a piece of paper and a pen and try to fix the error on your own for this sign here, this one in blue right now we're focusing on, before I give it away. But it's a very clear error here, the beach closet at 3 p.m. Does that make sense? Let's think about it. All right, if you pause the video there, I gave you guys a little pause. You'll notice that this is not correct. The beach closet, in English we say closet, like you're putting your clothes in a closet, right? This word went from correct to being wrong with just one letter. So we want to cross that out, and then we want to write, and hopefully I can write well here, closes, right? Closes. Close becomes closes. And get rid of the T. It's not closet. The notice here should be the beach closes with the S at the end at 3 p.m. It's not the beach close. In this case, it's closes. It's the same if you would say the park. It wouldn't be the park close at 3 p.m. It would be the park closes at 3 p.m. So the S here is critical. So we need the S. So we fix that. And let me get a check mark there. And then 3 p.m. Okay, that's good, right? That's correct, 3 p.m. But there's a period missing. So if you this is a little tricky, but we need, even if it's a sign, we should have proper punctuation. Some of you may disagree, but I think we need proper punctuation here to round this out. So the beach closes at 3 p.m. Good. You could even do an exclamation point. That's not a bad answer. So either a period or and then let me do an exclamation point. That's fine, because you want to warn people, like the beach closes at 3 p.m. You have to leave. So those are the first two errors. And then our last one, there's two punctuation errors. So there's a lot of punctuation errors here. And I, for one, believe in the Oxford comma. And I want you to think about, where would you put the comma here? I'll give you a little bit of hint here. Pause the video, and the first error deals with a lack of a comma. Where at home on your piece of paper are you going to put the comma if you write down this sentence? All right, let's go through it together. Don't enter rocky areas. Good, perfectly spelled. Extract coral. So now where would we put the comma here? We need another comma. If you chose here, you are correct. So don't enter rocky areas, one. Extract coral or shells. Okay, so we need a comma here, because when you have two or more items, you got to have the comma here. It's called the Oxford comma, and I put it after coral. You wouldn't put it after extract, because extracting what exactly? Extracting coral, or, there's a little bit of a pause there, or shells. Can you all think of the last piece of punctuation here, or punctuation point that we would add? Now, if you at home said a period, that is good. That's correct. You could put a period here. I'll accept that. Or, again, it'll be what? It'll be a exclamation point, okay? Because you really want emphasis. It's very serious. So in English, we would put an exclamation point, like any language. Here, they didn't have it in Spanish, although I think they should, because it's important. Don't enter rocky areas, extract coral, comma or shells. So a hint here is we have the comma for rocky areas. We should have it after extract coral or shells. You could also say extract shells as well, but extract goes for coral or shells. Now, some people may disagree about needing a comma here, but I like to keep it here personally. I think the Oxford comma is important. So again, we had 4 major errors. This was a major spelling error because there's no such thing as a beach closet, right? So the beach closes, that's a big spelling error. So that's why I'm focusing on spelling here. And at 3 p.m. period or exclamation point. So 2 errors there that we fixed. And then 2 errors, just mainly punctuation. A lot of our errors in the Spot That English Error series are about punctuation, proper grammar too. So again, you got to have the comma after coral when there's 2 or more items being discussed or 2 or more kind of, not commands, but kind of recommendations here. So coral or shells. And then again, the period or the exclamation point. You got to have the exclamation point when we're talking about signs at the park or the beach or the pool. It gets people's attention. So I'm for exclamation points. So again, when you're translating another language, it's important to make sure that you're not getting the translation wrong. So Sierra is, to close. And they almost had it here, but this is a major error. The T here, that's a big spelling error because it takes the act of closing the door or closing the beach, I should say. We use close for beach and for door, and it turns it into a whole different meaning of a closet, right? So one single letter can make a huge difference in the English language, like many languages. So remember that. Make sure you're spelling correctly, and don't forget proper punctuation even for beach signs, right? So remember your commas, your periods, or your exclamation points. So that's our video for today. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at English from A to Z. If you like this video or other content, go to our website, www.englishfromatoz.com. Also /newsletter to sign up for our newsletter and hear about our products and services to help you learn the English language. Thanks again so much for watching our Spot That English Error video series. I hope to be with you soon for another video, and thank you so much for learning with me. Take care now, everybody. Bye-bye.